today's video, what I wanted to talk about was New Year's resolutions. In particular, I wanted to pitch to you an idea that, if taken on board, will completely change your life. And I'm not talking about just for the short term, I'm talking about for the long term. Now, when I say New Year's resolutions, what you probably tend to think of is things like going on a diet, exercising every other day, finding a new hobby, giving something up, things like that. Those are great things, but the idea that I want to pitch to you, as I say, will change your life completely. Now, have you ever pictured a life outside of the 9 to 5? Have you ever pictured what it looks like to have financial freedom? Have you ever thought about what it would be like if you had an extra source of income that is just as reliable as your 9 to 5 job? Have you ever thought about what life would look like if you had more money and therefore less worry? Now, the answer to all of those things is selling on Amazon. Yes, I'm going to say that again. Selling on Amazon is the answer to everything that I've just mentioned right there. And the great thing about Amazon is that there is no better time to get started than right now. If I said this in the summer, it's a great time to start. If I said this next Christmas, it's a great time to start. But why wait till then? Get started with it right now. And getting started with Amazon will completely change your life. So with selling on Amazon, it's basically a case of finding products that you can then flip on Amazon to make you a profit. And we call this online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, depending on which model you go ahead with. So there's a couple of different ways that you can sell on Amazon. I'm going to discuss those in a bit more detail a little later on in the video. So getting started with Amazon, all you need to do is basically create yourself an Amazon Seller Central account. And I would heavily advise going for a pro account, because this is what all sellers should use. This is what your competitors are going to be using. So therefore, it's probably a very good idea to use a pro account. So there's going to be obviously a fee for things like that, but you can get started on Amazon for as little as £50. Obviously, the more capital that you have to begin with, the easier it's going to be for you to start. So it could be that you set aside a couple of £100, and that's all you need to get started with a business that will change your life for the better and for the long term. So basically, you've got loads and loads and loads to gain, and only a little to lose. Sure, a couple of £100 is not something that you would, happily just throw around, but this isn't throwing around. This is investing it in something that is going to be completely revolutionary for your own life. And so what you would use this money for is basically, obviously, setting up your Seller Central account and then buying products and flipping them on Amazon to make a profit. Now, obviously, there's things like Amazon fees and such, but if you have all of the right tools with you as well, then you'll be made aware of all of the costs involved right off the bat when you are looking at a product, and it will also tell you things like how much profit and ROI you're going to achieve and things like that. So ROI, for those of you that aren't aware, stands for return on investment. Now, this is basically a percentage that sellers will use to judge how much, how well the product that they're looking at is going to basically, how well it's going to work for them. It's how much you're getting back on top of your initial investment. So obviously, the higher the percentage, the better it's going to be if you were to sell that product. And obviously, things like profit, we will obviously know the more profit you get back is basically going to make you and your wallet happier. So I'm not just talking about, really specific products. It could be any product. And this is where I'm now going to explain the different kind of models that you can go ahead with. So there's retail arbitrage, and this is actually a great one to get started with because anyone can do it. In fact, anyone can do any of these models with the dedication. But retail arbitrage is the easiest one to access. So basically, you go to your everyday retailers, Argos, Walmart, Smith's Toy Superstores, Home Bargains, B&M, anywhere that you can think of, any store that you would usually shop at. And basically, it's a case of finding products, comparing them to what they sell for on Amazon. And obviously, if they are selling for more on Amazon, you purchase that product, you sell it on Amazon, and you make that money. Obviously, you need to be aware of all of the other costs and things involved, so things like the Amazon fees and such. But once you have got that down and you find that if you sold it on Amazon, you make a profit, then it is an item that you are probably going to want to go ahead with. And as I say, it's really good because you can literally do this anywhere. any retailer, any store. You can literally go in, find products and purchase them, sell them on Amazon, make some money. Online arbitrage is where you keep the entire process online. So you're looking at websites, you're looking at retailer websites. So again, anywhere that you can think of, and you're going to be finding products online to then purchase and sell on Amazon for a profit. There are other models as well, so things like if you went for the wholesale model, obviously you're going to reach out to wholesale suppliers, see who you can link up with, and then you're going to buy products in bulk. Obviously, again, these are things that you need to make sure that they are selling for more on Amazon, but you basically buy that product in bulk. And obviously, if you buy from wholesale suppliers, there's things like discounted rates and such, and you get a massive quantity of that particular product. So it's a great way of tapping into the quality and the great results that you'd get from one particular product. Now, the next model is private label. So this is where you would basically assess if there is a potential sort of like little gap in the market that you can fit into, whereby you purchase a very generic product. So it could be something like a mug or a shirt or something, and you're putting your own brand on it. And then obviously you'd sell that, and that is your thing on Amazon. That is your particular niche. But as I say, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, those are the easiest ones to access first. And lots of sellers find great success using those models. And the great thing about selling on Amazon is that you can mix these models together. So you can actually do both retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, or you could even do retail arbitrage and wholesale, or wholesale with some private label on the side. It's completely up to you. You might want to start with one, learn it, and then you move on to the next. You might start with a couple, try them and see which one works out best for you. It could be that you focus on online arbitrage, but you still go and do bits of retail arbitrage, because if you are out and about doing your groceries and stuff and you see something there, you don't want to lose out on that something that you find. So all of these models you can mix together, you can focus on one, you can change them up. That is the great part about selling on Amazon. You do get a lot of say in how exactly you sell. Now, once you've picked what kind of method you want to go ahead with, then what you need to do is decide if you're going to be an FBA seller or an FBM seller, or even if you are an FBA seller, if there's things that you still want to fulfill yourself, because this comes in particularly handy if there's any items that are considered hazardous, as basically Amazon won't really deal with that unless, of course, you are enrolled in the hazmat program or the dangerous goods program. So FBA stands for fulfilled by Amazon. This is basically where Amazon do half the work for you. You do pay an extra fee for this, but you send your products to the Amazon warehouse and they will ship them for you. They will also handle things like customer interactions for you, refund requests, things like that. They will handle all of that for you. But shipping to the customer, and the fact that Amazon do that themselves, means that you don't have to worry about the whole shipping side of things. Amazon do that all for you, and they do it very quickly. It also means that you are able to display the Prime badge on your listings, because you're able to offer that because you are an FBA seller. And basically it just means that there's a quicker delivery time. Obviously the Prime badge is very appealing for customers, and obviously Amazon are doing half the work for you. FBM is where you have the logistics in place to fulfill items yourself. So you're going to be storing the products yourself, and then you're going to be shipping them yourself through your own sort of like couriers, your own sort of system, getting that to the customer. Obviously you will be able to handle all of the customer interactions, and so basically it's completely up to you which path you want to go down. As I say, you can actually mix them, so you can do FBA and still have items that you fulfill yourself. So yeah, it's completely up to you which model that you want to go down. And obviously, if you want to get involved with FBA, then all you need to do is sign up to the FBA program on Amazon. So now that I've explained the basics of selling on Amazon, this is a great way to achieve all those things that I mentioned at the start of the video. So having more financial freedom, an extra reliable source of income. Because if you find even just a handful of really good products, then you have got a lot sorted for you. Like, you have got a lot laid down, a lot that you can rely on. If you find, as I say, a handful of great products that you have analyzed to, do consistently well, then you've got yourself some very stable winners. Now, there are several softwares that you can use to help you with selling on Amazon, and obviously having these softwares is going to help automate huge chunks of your business. So that way you can focus on other areas, and just means that you've got less weight on your shoulders. So things like BuyBot Pro is for deal analysis. You can use it when scanning items in the store, and it will tell you everything you need to know. You can use that for online arbitrage to analyze items that you find online. You can upload sheets from wholesalers, and it will basically analyze every single item in the sheet that the wholesaler gives you, so that way you know which items that you probably want to go ahead with. Profit Protector Pro for repricing items, so when you actually go to sell them, you need to make sure that you have an efficient repricer by your side. And Profit Protector Pro is a great one because it will help you make additional profit on all of your sales. Eventually, you may need something for inventory management and profit analytics, monitoring the journeys of your products. This is where Skewerify comes in really useful. So that's Skeufy, Skewerify. That tells you how much money you're making in real time. And of course, to help you with finding products, to take a lot more weight off your shoulders when it comes to sourcing products, you can use Sellability, which is basically going to allow you to scan through all of the stores in its database to find good deals from those stores. And then there's obviously online arbitrage deals. So there is a team of virtual assistants dedicated to finding good products for you, dropping them off in your deal portal, and you just cherry pick the ones that you're interested in. So there's lots of services and softwares out there to make life a million times easier when selling on Amazon. All of them, besides online arbitrage deals, have a free trial, so you've got everything to gain and basically nothing to lose through using these things. And as I say, using these softwares, if you do get any virtual assistants, which is basically people that you employ to do tasks like sourcing, deal analysis, doing any task that you give them for you, it means that eventually you'll be able to take your foot off the pedal a little bit, and a lot of your business is automated and runs itself. So that is how it can be. And of course, how much you grow with Amazon depends on what you want to do, depends on your goals and how much you want to get out of it. So it could be something that you work for to make it a full-time thing, which is great because, again, you end up being your own boss. There's a lot of financial freedom with that. Or it could be something that you just have as that side hustle, that extra source of income on top of your 9 to 5. So that way you've got more money to do things, you've got more money for bills and things like that. Selling on Amazon is a fantastic opportunity. It isn't overly saturated because there's new products that become profitable all the time. There's new products that come out all the time. There's sellers that there's sellers that come, there's sellers that go. Amazon is a great place to find that financial freedom. And if you're interested in getting started and wanted to know all of the ins and outs of getting started, then there is a very easy course that you can gain access to. It's designed for beginners. It's completely free, no strings attached. It's called Arbitrage. There is a link to that in the description. And basically, if you follow through that course, you can start with not knowing anything at all to then, by the end of that course, it's a 7-day course. By the end of that course, you'll be sending off your first products to Amazon and making money from that point. It's called Arbitrage. As I say, it's in the description. So follow that link, sign up for free, gain access to that course and all of the important and vital information that you need to get started with selling on Amazon. But hopefully this video gave you a lot of inspiration for trying something completely new that will change your life in the new year. Thank you for watching. Happy holidays, and I'll see you soon.